Hi there, Jeffrey Rhoades from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, and Sheri on Richerson.com. Please subscribe, hit that join button, join our membership, explore the perks that are involved. Well, the weather turned cold. It snowed overnight. Wasn't a lot of snow. But when I came out this morning, there was a dusting, a thin layer of snow over everything. It snowed off and on throughout the day. Every time I turned around, I was every chance I had to look out a window, which mainly was just lunchtime, but it was still snowing. Not a lot of snow on anything. The pavement is clear, so no accumulation on the pavement really. But cars have a little bit of snow here and there, depending on how long they've been sitting and where. And, maybe an inch thick layer of snow, maybe. But it's cold. It's supposed to be cold overnight, cold tomorrow. But by Sunday, it's supposed to warm back up to like 50 degrees. But it'll be cold tonight, tomorrow night, and then start warming up on Sunday. Just stupid weather. Very annoying. I was really hoping we were done with the snow, and I'm hoping that this will be the last of the really, kind of cold stuff. We did get a truckload of wood yesterday. I took in a pile of wood last night and stacked up one of the wood racks about halfway full, and still had a pile of wood at the front end of the driveway. But I didn't want to do too much. I felt like what I brought in and what I had on the wood rack would be enough to get us through the next couple of days, hopefully. And if not, the rest of the wood's not far away. It wasn't covered last night, so it got snowed on. But the rest of it was covered or inside, so it stayed dry. So hopefully, what I have covered up is enough to get us through. Work today. We're getting up into the 500 shelf area very quickly now. I had nearly 500 shelves today. My mill cart was almost 100 pieces. And there are still issues with head setting the mill cart. There have been a few times where I didn't head set it. Most of the time that I've been head setting, it hasn't been turned on. So it's been fairly easy to head set, but we had a little discussion today, and they're supposed to be getting it turned on every day from now on, and which means I actually have to go through and voice every single part on the cart, which takes time, especially like today when there was 94 pieces on the cart. To use a check digit for every piece. It slows the process. But this is what they want. This is what they need for proper tracking of the parts. And right now it's basically a materials issue that they're trying to deal with. So I guess I will bite the bullet and deal with it. Not necessarily real happy, because there have been a couple of times where, I was running late and decided just to skip the head setting and just, run the parts because everything was on the cart. So I was going to do that today, but had to go back and voice everything. It wasn't that bad, but it was just a little bit of a delay because I had to wait for him to turn the cart on, and of course Matt had said, well, I'll go turn it on and just wait for me to let you know that it's been turned on. So I did a little bit of stuff and waiting to hear something from him, and I saw him, and I needed to go to the cage and get some supplies from the cage. So as I was heading towards the cage, I ran into Matt and said, hey, is it turned on? He's like, oh yeah, thanks for telling me. So, but gave me a little bit of overtime today, so a little bit for the week, not a lot, but a little bit, so that's okay. I'll deal with it. I'll take it. Next week, we'll see what happens. If the build continues to go up, if they get cell 4 operating more, start seeing more parts, it may be that I get a little bit more overtime. I wouldn't mind getting up to about 10 hours a week. I don't really want more than about 10 hours per day, per week. But better than just a 40-hour week. 50-hour week would work. So, but anyways, I think that's going to do it for today. So please subscribe, give us thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below, and we will see everybody tomorrow. Stay safe out there.